Well, hi and welcome back to my shop where we're going to look at the electronics inside this record player, the sing-along stereophonic record player. In earlier video I took care of the mechanical issues with the record player, and it seems to be in pretty good shape now, mechanically. Electronically, it's got two problems. One is a hum, maybe even three problems. A hum, a buzz, and hiss. Hum, buzz, and hiss. And it's just about everything you can get out of an amp that you don't want. So, let's see, we got to start by taking some screws out here. Make sure the power is off. Get his brother out of here. Okay, I'll set these screws right there. Put a few tools back here. I got too many out. Okay. Yeah, I did say okay a lot, don't I? Out you come. Out you come. Well, I don't think the wires are going to allow this thing to come right out this way. So, unfortunately, pull out this guy, flip them up like this. Then we can pull this guy out of here, I think. There we go. There we have it. So right away I see a selenium rectifier in there, right here. And we'll probably have to eliminate that. Lots of older capacitors, but you know, they're probably in good shape. There's quite a few of them in here. This would be the filter capacitor, and this is the guy who's probably responsible for the hum. And that's a 8080. It's a pretty big capacitor. An 8080. Now, I don't think I have any 80s. I have a bunch of 47s. Probably there's some capacity left in here where this thing would be humming like crazy. So I just augment it with two 47 microfarad capacitors. She'll probably go silent at that point. Not sure if I need to really change this out. He appears to be in pretty good shape. We change the capacitors. We're still hearing a hum. We'll go after this guy. The hiss and the buzz. The buzz is probably from some not so good grounding done in here somehow. And we can fiddle around a bit to try to track that down. This is basically two separate amplifiers with sharing a common power supply. We already know one channel works fine, the other channel has a hiss, so we almost bet it's going to be a tube. We can almost bet it's the probably the amplifier tube. So first we'll do the hum. We'll undo the hum, that's what we'll do. Or we'll undo the hum, that's what we'll undo. Get my English correct. Now there's no transformer in this, so the voltage is somewhere around 130. If this guy's bad, it will be quite a bit lower. So I should be able to install one of these. And there's two of these. Two of these guys. One from here. And the other here. No, not there. Not there. Yeah, the other one here. And then the grounding, we should really look carefully at where this capacitor is grounded. I don't like touching that corrosion on there. Phooey. So we look for the negative lead, buried way under there, coming up this point. This busy connection here, there's like a dozen things connected in here. This is the ground point. Even though they've got a red wire on it, they're not necessarily following any kind of specific wiring rule. You cannot rely on wire color for anything in any of these sets. So, all looks pretty straightforward to me. So, ground point to here, ground point over there. That's the long one. It'll do it. Just cover the leads with my plastic tubing. This is the negative one. Plus, didn't we find something a little peculiar about the voltage on the chassis? Gotta check into that too. Yeah, line voltage on the chassis. Oh, it's just barely long enough. Okay, I can attach that end of it. Okay. Yep. Now the other one. Going from here to here. It's so small we don't need to put any cover on it. We'll make the positive one as short as we can get away with. Oops. Burned a little insulation there. And now this guy connect to the same spot as the other capacitor. good. That's good. Good. Okay, so the hum should be gone. Now, the buzz. Usually the buzz is coming from some kind of grounding problem, often between the record player itself and the amplifier. And the hiss is going to be from a tube, I believe. So why don't we let's power it up. Just put this down like that. Unfortunately, the turntable is going to want to turn, and I got the whole thing reassembled here. I let the platter. I didn't lock the platter down, so I can let the platter slide up the shaft here. Okay, so the platter won't be driven, and the motor can go ahead and turn all the legs. Going on here. What was that? It also prevents with the platter off, the mechanism cannot be driven, so we don't have to worry about the tone arm moving or anything like that. We don't have to worry about any of that kind of stuff. So we're ready to switch it on, check hum, and hunt for the hiss. Okay, power on. And I got to switch it on. There we go. Slow starting motor. Wish I knew what that buzzy sound is from. The amp is on. There's absolutely no there's buzz on that channel. No hiss anymore. That's a little funny. That's the needle. This side's a lot louder. It's very muffled. That's likely a capacitor. That's quite possibly a bypass capacitor. Okay, let's take a look here. I've got no circuit diagram, not sure I need one. Do not like the sound of that motor, that's for sure. Certainly got rid of the hum though. And for some mysterious reason, the hiss. bad bypass resistor, one that is open, capacitor rather, an open one, or one with very little capacitance left in it, you end up with the signal going through the cathode resistor, and that desensitizes the amplifier. So you get a lower output. And that's what I suspect is going on here. So I think I need to get the tube diagrams out and figure out the pins and figure out which one of these. I don't know if you can see it way down in there. There's two capacitors down here. They look suspiciously like, they look like coupling capacitors actually. And then this guy, how come he doesn't have a brother? Shouldn't you have a brother on the other? Yeah, I think I'm going to study the pinouts on the tubes, and we'll figure out which of these capacitors is what, and see if we can't spot a, it could even be the tone control system. I just don't want to replace these willy-nilly. So I'm going to do that. Get familiar with the tube layout, tube pin layout.